Hi guys, it's Arran again, and today I am reviewing something very, very special. And as you can see, it is very big, and I also have several parts to it, but this isn't actually the biggest part of it. There is a bigger bit. The certificate of authenticity for the statue, but here it is. Has a picture of the Green Ranger on the front. What else does it have? It says what the statue is. Says that I'm 68 out of 193. It has Heinz Bond's logo, or Swan Brand's logo, and Hasbro's logo, because obviously when this came out it was in between times of Hasbro owning the franchise and Heinz Bond still owning the franchise, so at that time it was kind of split, so they had to put both brands on there. But yeah, like I said, this is a certificate of authenticity to confirm my number and to confirm that it's authentic, and which is fantastic. I'm really, really glad I got this. That's the certificate of authenticity, and there was only 193 made of these. 93 meaning 1993, which I thought was kind of cool. But this thing is big and beefy. I love the shine on him, I really do. He is very heavy, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put him down and I'll show you the other parts. So guys, now to show you the accessories. So he has a lot here, as you can see. He does have two shields, which I will explain about in a minute. So the first thing I'm going to show you is his helmet, which I'm going to be very careful of. I'm going to hold it like that because it gives me a better grip if I hold it like this. This is also very heavy as well, and it's very, very well detailed. The colour I really like as well. Matches the suit perfectly, and when the light shines on the actual statue when it's all together, it looks absolutely amazing. The one thing I wish they would have done, which I'm going to turn slightly to the side here, is put the clasps on there to make it look more like the American one. But essentially this is the American one, it's just me being nitpicky, basically. But the shine on this and the level of detail is absolutely amazing. I'm going to change my angle on this just for a minute. I hold it up like that, that's where it joins in there to the main body, because all the parts on this are magnetic. Every single part that you get with this is magnetic, which makes it so much easier to do the different poses. So I'll show you the other bits now. And I'm not nervous much, guys. So this thing cost me a lot of money, like £2,000 worth of money, guys. Safe to say, the year I got this, I can't remember, guys. I've had this for a long time now, but it wasn't cheap. And by the way, mine is number, out of 193, mine is 68. Number 68. Because there's one part of this which, if you look at the bottom of it, it says Hasbro's name, but also Haim's Bond's name. So, and by the way, guys, you can't get these anymore. These were limited to 193 only, and it came all the way from America. But surprisingly, actually, with it coming all the way from America, I got it within a week, which is crazy considering we ordered it from America. Anyway, I'll show you the other bits now. I'm just going to show you of the shields, because he does have two, because of you can get different angles with the different shields, if that makes sense. But the shields are absolutely perfect. They look absolutely perfect, fantastic. Now, you may notice that it's missing the, pardon me, sorry guys, the diamond in the middle of the shield piece. Now, there is a reason for that, which I will explain after I've shown you around the shield. Sorry guys. So here guys, I need to be careful how I hold this, are the magnets that allows it to magnet to the actual body of the Green Ranger, which is absolutely incredible. And also you may notice that it's not got the straps around the side, and the reason for that is, and I think this is a very clever way they've done it, is they've actually got the straps attached to the statue, so it looks absolutely seamless. I don't know what the shields are made out of. I think, judging by the feel of them, it's like pretty, doesn't feel like metal, but I think it might be really decent resin, but I don't know. But the colour on them is perfect, the detail on them is absolutely perfect, because I know also the neck collar on some Green Ranger shield stuff can be a bit tricky, but they nailed it. They really have. And if I turn it around and hold it, so you can see the back here, they've got all the lines going down the back. And if there was one thing another thing I wish they would have done is kind of, and I understand why it's difficult to do this, is kind of make it a bit more seamless, basically, so you can't see the seam. But in a way, I kind of know why they did that, because in the show, particularly on the Japanese show, you can see where the shield does up on the actor. So what I'll do now is I'll put this down. And yes, guys, by the way, I am sweating doing this because I'm so nervous. Now, here is the diamond that I was telling you that wasn't attached to the shield. Hold on, let me get a better grip on it. There you go, guys. Here is the diamond that isn't attached to either of the shields. But again, I also understand why they did this, because when you want to change shields over, you can leave the diamond attached to the Green Ranger and just change the shields over, and it will just look seamless. But the detail on the diamond is absolutely perfect. They've nailed it. The attention to detail on this is incredible. And I should say as well that the magnets on these are really, really heavy duty. In fact, I remember reading in the info when I first got this, sorry. And by the way, this is the magnet here. The magnets they use for these are the most expensive magnets that you can actually get, that they used on this. So yeah, there's the diamond. Now I'm going to show you the other accessories. So what should I show you next? I'm going to show you this one next. What was this? So, as you can see, here's the Green Ranger hand holding the dragon dagger, which is absolutely awesome. The level of paint detail on this is incredible. Now, I have had someone say to me that I know that has also got one of these, that they are disappointed that the gloves are dirty, slightly dirty. But I said to them, the reason they've done that is they wanted to make it like he's been in a bit of a fight, basically. So they've made the gloves a bit grubby. But the cool thing is, as well, as you can see, the bend in the fingers, which is amazing. The length of the dragon dagger is amazing. But the length of the dragon dagger is amazing. The ends, by the way, are really, really sharp, because I remember when I first got this out for the first time and Mum was showing me the bits, I pricked myself on the end of the bits several times. And if I hold it like this, which I'm gonna be very careful of, here's the magnet again on the bottom of the hand, which is just absolutely insane. I love this thing, I really do. And so I will show you the rest of his accessories, or another one of his accessories, because he has a lot. I'll show you his other hand here, which is for, again, it's for when he's doing another pose, and he also has a second dragon dagger, which you'll see in a minute, which I believe he can also hold, but it has been a while since I've had this out, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it's been probably a year, possibly 2 years since I've had this out. But again, here's the magnet. Looks, well, not the magnet looks amazing, but the entire hand just looks incredible. Now, this next one I've got to be incredibly careful of. Well, I've got to be incredibly careful of it all, but this next one I've really got to be careful of, because of, and I will show you it. So here's him holding the Sword of Darkness. Now the reason I'm holding it like this, and I'll tell you in a minute, is because something has happened, unfortunately. And also, I will say, also be careful of the Sword of Darkness, because it is bendable to a point, but not majorly. So if you have one, just be careful you don't snap it. Because if you snap it, you are basically completely, pardon my French, you're fucked. And I'm going to hold it like that, which I've got to be really careful of, by the way, guys, because this tassel is only held on by a very, very small piece. And in fact, when we got it out the packaging to do the review for you guys, the tassel had actually broken off at the really thin point, so we had to glue it back on, unfortunately, which is annoying, because ever since I've had this, and I've had this for about 4 or 5 years, there isn't a bit on this that has broken before. That's the first bit that has broken. Now the cuff looks absolutely amazing, it really does. The detail on it, the gold, the green, and hold it like that. You can also see the magnet in there, which is also a very strong magnet. So what I will say is, if you do have this, please be careful of the Sword of Darkness. Anyway, I'm going to put this down and show you the other bits, and I'm going to put this down very carefully. Arms, not arms. One of its arms in my hand, which sounds a bit macabre, but I'm holding JDF's arm in my hand without the rest of his body. It just looks incredible, it really does. The detail on this is incredible. The detail on the cuff is incredible. Ever since I've had this, I've not had a problem with any marks on it at all. The only problem I had, which is that very thin tassel bit coming off the end of the Sword of Darkness. In there you can see the magnet for the hand. Yes, you can switch the hands around, guys. And here, if I hold it like this, you can see the big magnet that goes into the arm joint or the shoulder joint, whatever it goes into. And one of my favourite things about this is they've made almost the suit on the statue look like it's material, and it actually feels like it's material. I don't know how they've got that, but it actually feels like spandexy material. So that's that arm. I'll show you the next one now, or the next piece, sorry. Sorry guys, I keep looking away while I'm putting these down, but I'm so bloody paranoid of doing this. It's like, do not drop it, Arran. So here's the other arm with, which looks amazing. The material looks amazing. That's another thing. I don't know how they've done it, but the material is really, really shiny. If it is material, it feels like it is, but I don't know whether it is. But it just looks absolutely amazing. The armband, the gold on that is incredible. The detail on the cuff is incredible. The whole thing is just incredible. And if I show you quick, need to be very careful of this, if I can get it off. Which I'm not even going to try and get that off, guys, because I'm scared. But the hand is only a magneted on, but it is a very, very strong magnet. Like I said, when I read up on this, it said it's made of the highest quality ever that you can get anywhere in the world, be it China, be it the UK, be it America. This is the most well constructed and well strongest magnets you can ever get, guys. It really is. And there you go, there's the magnet on this arm. Sorry I'm holding it upside down, but that's just the way it is at the moment for me. But the magnet is huge. And one of the things I really like as well is they've coloured the magnets so it kind of blends in with it. So actually I remember reading up on these magnets just quick before I look at the before I show you the next part, sorry. These are actually the most expensive magnets out there. I mean, the highest one I saw when I had a nose was, depending on how good a quality of magnetism you wanted, so to speak, these magnets can cost up to $1,000 when I looked them up, which is just insane. It really is. So now I'll show you this arm, which she's holding the dragon dagger in. Hold on, let me get it the right way around. There is also a reason why I wore a Green Ranger shirt today as well, as you can tell. Now he is holding the dragon dagger, and this it's generally how I display him, but I do like to kind of change it up sometimes. But again, the level of detail on the dragon dagger and the actual thing itself is incredible. And again, I've said this once, I'll say it again, I don't mind the gloves being grubby because it adds to it. Because in the prototype pictures of this, the gloves weren't grubby, they weren't perfect white. Now, again, this just looks amazing. Very, very strong magnet. Again, like I've said, I need to be super careful of this. But hang on, I'm showing you the wrong bit here. So like I said, very, very strong magnet. And you can also see holes where certain bits can go. And you can also see that the dragon dagger does not come out of his hand. But another thing you do get is, I'm gonna put that there, goes in the middle of there. Is because I'll show you in a second. Here's the dragon dagger in the holster, which I believe comes out, but I'm not going to force it because I don't want to break it. But I believe it comes out, but the holster just looks absolutely fantastic. Helps that I'm holding it up the right way. So the holster just looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. The reason I think the dragon dagger comes out maybe is because it has some movement in there, but I could be wrong on that. It might just have some slight movement for the hell of it, basically. But it looks absolutely amazing. Now, compared to the dragon dagger holster we got, the holster was shorter. It's about, I don't know, that length, maybe a tiny bit longer. And again, this has a magnet there, which doesn't feel like a magnet, but it is a magnet. But I love this, I really do. It is bendable, so please make sure you don't snap it, because basically if you snap it, and I'm sorry about the language, you're fucked if it snaps. So is we have an empty holster, so you can have him holding the dragon dagger and have an empty holster on the side. And then the last two accessories I have is this arm here that has no hand attached to it at the moment. Show you the right way around, that might help. Has no hand attached to it at the moment, but it looks phenomenal. It really does. Sorry guys, more phenomenal. And you know what's funny ironically about me doing this? It's every time I put my phone on charge, I've got a setting on my phone which allows me to get it to say any saying I want it to say when I plug my phone in, and I've got it to say it's morphin time, it's Dragon's Law power, which of course is typical me because I'm a massive JDF fan. If you can see by the two cardboard cutouts behind me, technically I have 3 JDF cardboard cutouts, but one's not down here at the moment, which I do want to show you guys, but we can't get to it at the moment. But like I said, the level of detail on the cuffs, the armband, the actual spandex itself, even though it's technically not spandex, but it feels like it. And there's the magnet again, and if I show you it like that, you can probably see in there the hole for the hand to go into, which deep down in there is a magnet. But last thing I'm going to show you, which you have already seen, but it's a kind of different design, if I can get to it. Hold on, guys. I say different design, it's the same design, but it allows you to do different kind of poses. This confused me when we first got it, because, well, you'll see when we pose them, because we actually thought when I first opened this that they'd given me two of the same shield, which potentially they have, but you will see why. But that's not the only part of this I've got to show you, which you'll see in a second. But when I first got this, guys, when it first arrived, it arrived before I was supposed to basically get it, because it was a Christmas present that year. And one last thing before we show you it all together. And this goes without saying really, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I know someone's going to ask me. No, I'm not saying it. Absolutely not. You would literally have to kill me to get this off and to get this away from me. And I sent JDF a picture of this, and he absolutely loved it. Anyway, guys, let's put him all together, and I'll be back in a second more once I've spun it round and shown you. Tell me when. So, here he is, guys. Here is the grand reveal of the Green Ranger on the Dragonsaur tail, or as I like to call it, surfing on the Dragonsaur tail. The way they've got the waves coming up, like where the tail's coming out of the water, is incredible, absolutely incredible. Now, I added some USB LED lights to this to make the waves a bit more bluer. So the awesome thing about this is the definition of his muscles, the definition of, for lack of a better term, his arse. He's got a very peachy backside, for lack of a better term. Not to mention his long piece in the middle.
time. Oh, it's cold. Oh God.
I love this thing. Even the glossiness of the helmet is fantastic. And there is absolutely nothing I would change on this thing. Nothing at all. Even the rocks feel like rocks. The waves feel like waves, even though they're technically not. And just before I go on to the next pose, even the detail on the tail is just insane. It really is. Now, tell you something funny that someone asked me when I first got this. I posted a picture of the box on my Facebook. Someone asked me, is the end of the tail motorised? I was like, no, the end of the tail is not motorised because it's a statue. It's not going to be like it is on the show. And the end of the tail is not going to move because that would be dangerous. So the simple answer to that is no, the tail is not motorised. Anyway, it's time to show you the other pose now. So guys, here he is in his other pose. So, like I said, he's got his sword of darkness in his hand. He has his open hand on, and we also changed the shields over, and we've also put his holstered dragon dagger on him, which you can probably slightly see through his legs there, for lack of a better term. But I alternate the poses around. I love this pose. But yeah, I love this. I really, really do. One thing I will say is, if you have it, do not put it close to the edge of a shelf or a table, because if this thing goes, you will basically cry your fucking nose out. Excuse my French. So yeah, I love this pose, and there's one more pose as well where he's holding his dragon dagger, which I will show you as well, which is just a quick changeover of the hand. You don't need to do anything else, which is awesome. So guys, we've now got him in the pose where he is actually playing the dragon dagger, which was not easy because they don't tell you which arm is which. Put R on one side and an L on the other, because then you would know which side would go which, whereas with this you have to kind of guess and mess around until you get it right, basically. Which can be very frustrating. So I'll give you my ratings in a minute, but it's difficult for me to decide basically what pose is my favourite, because if I had to pick, if I had to pick out of all of them, it would probably be this one, because it looks as though it's calling the Dragon Lord. But anyway guys, now on to my ratings. You guys know what I'm going to say. This is an easy one. I say this in, well, not every one of my reviews actually, that's a lie. I say this in probably 70% of my reviews. I love this thing, I really do. So yeah, my rating's 10 out of 10. Absolutely love this thing. Really, really do. It's probably one of my favourites in my whole entire JDF collection. I really, really do love this. And again, I'm going to say this again. No, I'm not selling it, so don't ask. But yeah, 10 out of 10, absolutely love this. Detail on this is perfect. Everything on this is perfect. One thing I wish they would have done is made the waves a bit more blue, but hey, doing this with blue LEDs is easy enough to do. And like I said, these aren't set out exactly how I would normally have them. So yeah, that's the end of this review. Absolutely love this thing. Really, really do. I'll tell you what else I would love is to know the weight of this. But I'm not sure how in the blue hell we would weigh this thing. But anyway, yeah, 10 out of 10. Absolutely love this. It is just absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Amazing. I will catch you in the next one, guys.